Another place is they're selling a place and they're going to put partial development. I just read it somewhere in either in South Orange or Mayport. It's all about these developers coming in and they want to put in these retail places, so you could get these, whether it's Whole Foods, or whether it's King's, or whether it's Walgreens or Rite Aid. That's what these things are coming to. Before long, for us, it's just going to be like,
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't study the township committee. That was one reason I was like, I couldn't do that because I don't know enough. But then I figured I could figure it out.
Yeah, but
that's another story.
Yeah, that's another story. Before time check, the time is approximately 8:29 p.m. Our time check is brought to you by All Star Motors, providing you with services they can trust. They provide you with ASC certified mechanics, New Jersey State inspection facilities, used car sales, authorized police towing, and emission repair. You can call them at 973-762-8771. That's 973-762-8771.
The Strollers present Fuddy Mears, a dark, absurdist farce about all that is imperfect and flawed in the human condition. Come see it at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts on 10 Durand Road in Maplewood. Friday and Saturday performances are on March 6th, 7th, 13th, and 14th at 8 p.m., with a Sunday matinee on March 8th at 2 p.m. Visit thestrollers.org for tickets and details. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear from you at 973-327-3626 or log on to showmore.org to let us know your opinion.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with M&A Monique in the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. Now here it is. The South Orange Planning Board to discuss Orange Lawn subdivision. You know where it is, the Orange Lawn tennis court?
Yes.
The South Orange Planning Board will meet Monday, March the 2nd at 7:30 p.m. at the South Orange Performing Arts Center. On the agenda, a discussion on an ordinance to amend the Township Code to permit Orange Lawn's tennis court to subdivide its property in order to sell a parcel for development of townhomes. The Board of Trustees is waiting on a recommendation from the Planning Board to inform its discussion of the second hearing and final vote on the ordinance at its March 9th meeting. Meanwhile, a group of neighbors have started a petition against the proposed ordinance, which so far have garnered nearly 300 signatures. An application by a private owner to subdivide a property at 14 Kingman Road to allow for the construction of one home on 2 lots in the Montrose Park Historic District. The application was previously denied by the Historic Preservation Commission. A proposed resolution designated the entire town of South Orange Village as an area in need of rehabilitation. So that's where I read it. See, so South Orange is just following lockstep and barrel with what Maplewood is doing. So their agenda, they have a set agenda here, Margie, and the agenda is really and truly, it's not about the residents. So if I'm going to go on the Maplewood Township Committee, I want to know why we got to bring, what is the benefits to Maplewood that all these developers are coming in and putting in these townhouses and these apartments. And we are bringing more people in, bringing more families in, that are going to put a strain on our school system.
Right.
How does that benefit? How does that benefit me? How does that benefit you? It really and truly doesn't. So, as I said, sanctimonious. So
I don't know I'm
I just said
speechless.
plain talk bad manners.
Well, no, I don't know what their plan is. See, I'm sure there must be a plan. I don't think they're doing whatever they're doing in a haphazard kind of way.
They do have a plan.
So maybe like they believe that if, like they said in that meeting, if that they up the population in a certain area, like over there by the pool, that then there would be more people, and thus those businesses in that area along Springfield would prosper more because there would be more people. Rather than looking at it as a strain on the schools.
Really? And you believe that?
No, I mean, but I'm just trying to. First, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and see what it is they are thinking. They must have some thought.
Oh, they have a lot of thought. They think this thing through very, very well.
Because, over the years, town has become more and more crowded. But the thing is that the people that are drawn to the town are affluent people, right? They're trying to get them all from Brooklyn. Hold up. So I guess that by bringing more people in, then somehow there will be more money moving about. Now, I can ask any of these people.
It wouldn't move on Springfield Avenue. Most of those people who you think going to move into that place there, where you think they're going to go? They're going to go to dine.
To dine?
Yeah.
Well, I guess their thinking is, I remember one time, I don't know where I was, it was at a meeting, but their main concern was these 2 bank buildings that are, empty.
Satanda.
Springfield and Prospect.
Mm-hmm.
So then the concern is, what can we do with these buildings? Why can't we get any bank to move in? Or why can't we get some kind of...
Condominiums.
Think that'll come?
Oh, the next door, there's a place next door. Condominiums are already coming right there on Springfield Avenue. There's already a sign up.
Next door to where?
Maybe a block from the empty space where the bank is. Heading towards Newark.
Mm-hmm.
Condominiums. Somehow, these 2 tongues believe that that's the way to go. And then, don't forget, we got First Street. That Colossus building that's going on there by the valley, on 3rd Street.
Oh, in South Orange.
In South Orange.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that Colossus building that's going up there? Right? More people. They just
and I don't know if they're thinking especially South Orange about parking. So you've got
but there's building a big parking lot over there.
If you get 6 bars all within a stone's throw,
all making money.
Yeah, they're all making money, indeed. But on Friday, Saturday, Thursday night, you're driving around looking for a parking space. I'm like, where are we?
And then we're gonna put these buildings over here. We're gonna put those over on Springfield Avenue. We're gonna put them over on that Springfield Avenue there, right? And you add in more cars, you add in more families. It's like, what? Give me a little.
Where's the benefit?
Yeah, what's my? Give me a little
what? We should ask some of these people what's on their mind. So I wanted to read about this article about, your favorite discussion in the park.
Sure.
Which is related to Common Core, as you know.
You for park, right?
Am I for tests? I have no problem with tests. I think everybody should just take them, whether you do well or not. Yes, it.
By the way, let me ask you a question. I gave a test, and it was out of 200. The highest score was 190, and the lowest score was 97.
Okay.
Right. What would that tell you as a teacher?
What was the mean, the mode? What was the most repeated number? Do you remember?
Maybe in the 130s.
And how are you grading it, on a curve, or is
I don't grade on a
straight
curve.
up?
Straight up.
Okay.
I don't grade on a curve.
So, 200 questions?
200 points out of 200 points.
200 points. How many questions?
50 questions and 5 essays.
Wow. And how long did you have to finish this?
15 minutes.
5? How do you write 5 essays in an hour and 15 minutes?
You know how to write a whole page.
So is it an essay or just a short answer?
Short answer.
Okay. Wow. I don't know. I'd have to see.
We go over everything in class. I could just tell that there's this one kid. There's these 2 kids.
He's got that teacher look on his face. Go ahead.
You could tell these kids, they listen to what I say in class. they take notes, and they go home and they study.
Are those your 190s?
Yeah,
Okay.
187, 190.
And the rest?
Some people are, studying, but I think a lot of people are trying to slip by.
That's what students try to do, Ansel. I have this new class, and they told me that no one has tested them, at least in any social science, since October. And I was the first person to give them a test since October.
But it's funny.
So, I mean, in a way, you're only as good as the person that came before you. And if they haven't prepared you for anything, or the kid for anything, especially any critical thinking. I mean, the things that these kids say, and I've had maybe one or two of them before, but the things that they say and tell me every day are just amazing. Anyway, we can talk about your test in a second. But the opt-out procedures are in place for South Orange Maplewood, set to launch the park assessment. Last Monday, the South Orange Maplewood School District issued guidelines for parents who wish to have their children opt out of the new park standardized test. While the procedures serve to clarify the process for many, some parents object to the fact that test taking and opt-out students will be in the same room during the exams. That doesn't sound right. Part begins for some students tomorrow, March 2nd. The test, which is given to students grade 3 to 11, is comprised of two parts: performance-based assessment or long answer questions, which begins tomorrow, and the end of the year EOI component short answer questions, which take place in April and May. Parents who wish to refuse their children be tested are asked to email or send a letter to the school's principal. Opt-out students are encouraged to attend school on testing days and bring a book to quietly read while the testing takes place in their classroom. Now, I guess they couldn't come up with some option.
Yeah, they can come up with an option, get rid of it.
Well, that's impossible. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. I'm trying to continue reading. Give me a second. Yes, this is a statewide exam, so that means everybody in the state is taking the same test at the same time. And as a result, this is what is used. Tests are used to gauge whether students have figured out or learned the information and whether teachers have taught that information. So I'd like to know how that worked out as far as the the computers and all these people online at the same time. And just like right now, my computer is chugging along slowly so I can finish this article.
So,
would you have had your child opt out?
Yeah.
If your child is in a parochial school, I'm assuming that they would also have to take these tests, yes? So, did your daughter have to take any tests?
No, they don't have to take that test. I got to tell you that if the test serves no purpose, why waste your time doing it?
What do you mean? But it does serve
No, it doesn't serve any purpose. It does not.
Does your test that you gave serve a purpose?
That's different, though.
How? Well, just tell me. Does it serve a
This
purpose?
park is a standardized test. My test, it serves a purpose in that I'm going to test you based on what we do in class. I'm going to test you based on
And you
what...
think these have nothing to do with classroom work?
No.
How do you figure that?
Because that's what they told us.
But yes, if
That's
someone
what they
is
told
giving
us.
you a skill, if you are told that you have to teach the skill, and you teach that skill, and then someone else tests you on that skill, then it's gauging whether the skill is.
Well, then you teach into the test then.
No. I don't think you're teaching. I don't think you have to do that to use a test. For a test, for example,
Get rid of that damn test.
I was talking about imperialism. So I did imperialism in China. I did imperialism in India. I did imperialism in Japan. The kids are like, this is
that on
the
the
same
test?
story.
Is that on the test?
Is it on the? It's part of the curriculum. This is the same story, miss, over and over. And I'm like, yes, you get it.